Hey, my name is Evergreen, and I'm gonna just sit here. We're gonna relax. I'm gonna talk about my upcoming movie. Right now, it's called Forever Green. Obviously, it's a pun on evergreen, for evergreen, pun. But just gonna advertise it, see if it's something that could pique your interest. So basically, this is a little something like, and obviously I've said it's a movie. The main purpose of it is to exceed your expectations. It's not like any other movie, like Daisy 09, Infection, and Fallout, and all of that stuff. Like, it's its own thing. I haven't seen anything like it. It's not based off of anything. It's just, the way it is. And I think it's something to look forward for. So, as I've said, it's called Forever Green, and right now during the editing and recording part, it's about, I think, 96 minutes long, almost 100 minutes, and I'd expect it to be around 2.5, maybe just 2 hours long, so I think we're over halfway. I'd expect us to be over halfway anyways. So, yes, it's gonna be like that. With the music, I've made all of the music myself, like, all completely mine, except for a few things, like, in one or two of the scenes I've used a song from Nintendo. I don't know what it's called, it's from Yoshi's Island. It's like an acid trip sequence-ish. You'll understand when it comes out, you'll probably recognise the song. It's not mine. There's also a few, if any of you have played Undertale or Deltarune, I've got some little melodies from that game there too, like the legend or like the prophecy song from Deltarune, and I've also got the freedom leitmotif in one of the songs, two of the songs. I've also got the Undertale story, whatever you want to call it. When you first start the game, it has that little fairy tale kind of, I don't know. It's got that song in it, like one or two songs. Other than that, though, all music's mine. Unless you want to count the friggin' Gorilla Tag ambience music that plays every so often. Obviously, that's not mine. It comes from the game. I have no control on whenever that plays, unless obviously I mute the thingy. But yeah. So all music's mine. I think it's pretty good. There's a few tracks that I think could get a bit better, but other than that, all the tracks are good. There is also another music track I want to note. So some of the music may appear a bit quiet in some of the scenes, and that's because the music is usually really loud, so you can't really hear any dialogue. And obviously I've had to quiet the music down enough so you can hear the people talking. There are a few cases where the music is loud and you can't really hear, the characters were speaking, but I think that only happens, 1 or 2 times. And I can't really control that. It's, kind of out my control. There is one song late into the movie, so far, that I definitely can't change. Song's name is called Darkness, because there's lyrics, kind of text-to-speech, kind of whispery, creepy noises, that says, some creepy stuff. But I accidentally made it really loud, put it in, and then exported it, added to the full, movie collection bit. So I can't change it. That bit's out of my control. So every so often in that scene, you'll know it when you see it, or hear it, or whatever. But, yeah, when you get to that bit, it's gonna be a bit, loud. There's also, one other bit, where the music is really quiet, but then it gets, really loud by the end of the song. That's also something that's out of my control. The audio kind of corrupted a little bit, That's all that's really changed, but still, obviously, nothing I can really do about that, is there? Okay. Before we start the next bit, I just want to warn anybody who can get offended easily. This next bit is a kind of touchy subject. So, obviously it's not related to the movie anymore. Nothing in the movie is touchy, really. So yeah, still watch it if you kind of offended easily, because all of the bits I'm about to say have been edited out. I promise you. Except for one, but it isn't that bad. So, go to this time frame if you don't want to listen to this crap. So, a movie, as I've said, is called Forever Green, but it used to have a different name, which kind of follows a different premise. It was going to be called What It Looks Like to Have Autism, and I didn't like that it was called that, okay? But, in like a year or so back, as of recording this, I was kind of made fun of a little bit, like a kind of inside joke, but it kind of offended me back then, of people saying I had a mental illness and calling me autistic and all that crap. At that point, I didn't realise that they were making fun of me. I thought it was some like inside joke, and I kind of played along with it. So I made that little clip. I made a little clip of me like messing around in forest at Christmas as a joke to play along with it, just like a funny sequence. And then it was really cool, and I left it on a cliffhanger by accident, so obviously I had to continue it, and it became a huge series. Anyways, I'm going off topic. There are several mentions of having autism, which I now do not like. I don't know what was going on back then, but whole plot of it basically was a kid, or Evergreen, me, got diagnosed with autism, and he acted really stupidly. Like, that wouldn't be how people with autism acted, obviously. He just acted completely bonkers. So yeah, I didn't like that, obviously. And I changed it to the reason he is bonkers is he got cursed, right? With like, following events will be crazy. You will not be able to tell what's going on because you are too, like, off the nuts. Off the nuts? What the hell? Anyways. Yeah, that's been changed. There is a pretty big sequence of autism being mentioned in it, which I've edited out, except for one scene where a villain says that Evergreen got autism, which I had to keep in since it's a really funny scene, okay? And I did, obviously, there's a saying, I don't know what it goes along the lines of, but it's like, you can't replicate a masterpiece or something like that. And it is true. It is very true, because I tried remaking it without the mention of autism, and I couldn't. It was just a bit too hard. So I had to keep it in. Jesus Christ, my back hurts. Let me just, 1 second, I'm moving. Oh, my back. Okay. But, yeah. So, I had to keep that in, but, like, why am I tweaking? What's going on? So, as a way of softening that little bit up, there's a scene later in the show, much later actually, good half an hour, of the main character being all like, insert villain name here, with a bit rude about calling me autistic. I was cursed. I didn't have anything to do with it. So, yeah, that kind of patched up, but it didn't really do a good job, I don't think. But there's nothing I can do about it. So, you know. Anyways. Okay. As of now, you should be able to listen now. This is the time frame, right? You can hear me, right? You can hear little Uncle Evergreen, right? Yeah. Okay. Out of that subject. The this is a 2-person job so far. A 3rd person will join soon, and it's that I think his name was Easy. He said his name was Easy back then, but I'm not sure that's how we address him just yet. But he's going to be playing somebody else. It's me and VHS. I'll put his YouTube up here. You go find it. I can't really put a link unless I do it in the description or comments. Probably do that. But go subscribe to him. He's made a series called The 3 Dastardly Monsters. Well, we made a series, kind of co-ran. It's basically like a really goofy show. But it was made back in I don't know, friggin' 2024. Geez, that was March 2024. Oh my word, that was 2 years ago. God, time flies. Anyways, yeah, so 2 years. Oh my god. So yeah, a little show we made. It's hilarious. You gotta watch it. Obviously, I sound completely different. My voice is way more high pitched to the point where I can't even replicate the characters' voices anymore. Maybe except for one, because we did that character way later in the show. There is a mention of one of the villains of 3 Dastardly Monsters in Forever Green. It's just a really goofy mention. He just walks in what up? And everybody's like, what the hell? And then it cuts out. But anyways, yeah, so go check out VHS. He's working with, he's one of the characters in Will VHS. I'll put an image of VHS right here. And I'll put an image of VHS right here. God, I need a quest 3. Anyways, getting back on topic. We will take anybody who would like to help with the show, because we need way more people for villains and stuff. If I don't care about no age or gender or whatever, man. I just need anybody. If we may need 1 or 2 more main characters, because obviously we've only got 2, but we definitely need more villains, because there's kind of loads of villains in this show. Yeah. So if you can help, please tell me. We need as much characters as we can. It would hugely help, man. So yeah. Nah. Bro, everybody gonna think I'm a Nazi. Stop. My hand tracking making me an oh no. Stop it. Anyways. Anyways, so yeah, back onto the kind of plot of the show. It's basically meant to exceed your expectations. Nothing like Daisy 09 Infection or Fallout, as I've said. But it's just something new. You every minute something crazy happens. There's so many plot twists. Oh, I think this guy is the bad guy. No, it's this creepier dude. That thing happens 10 times in the show. You can never really get a grasp of what's going on, but it makes it a whole lot more interesting. You understand the plot to a point, and in a good way, kind of. And it's just there's little creepy bits, and there's funny bits, and it combines, and it makes this huge abomination of a show. But yeah, it's basically the first few minutes is the goofiest crap you could ever imagine, and then by the end of the show, you're like, what the hell did I just watch? But yeah, it's like that. So yeah, you go in thinking it's just some goofy, light-hearted show, and then you walk out traumatized. And I think that's a really good cool, like, unique thing. I've always been a fan of, like, things that start off goofy and then end off, like, traumatizing. So along with making movies, like, I really like developing video games. But I don't really have technology to create one. I've made one before. It was called Monkey Run. I remember it was kind of Gorilla Tag based because it had monkeys that ran with their arms. It was another thing where it started off lighthearted and ended up creepy as hell. But that was a really cool game. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked about for Evergreen. It's just a good show so far. I put like a bunch of clips here. Boom, 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 boom. Load of cool stuff. And also the music. I'll put another music up. I'll put another music up. Anyways, that's enough music for you. You've been treated too much. So yeah. Message of the day. Watch my damn show. Movie when it comes out in 29 million years. It's probably going to come out in a while, but I'll leave like teasers of it. Teeny tiny teasers. And yeah. Go watch Three Deathly Monsters. Watch Forever Green when it comes out. Watch any other friggin' guys, shows, whatever. But I hope it gets popular, because I've worked really hard on this crap. Like, please stop. I promise, I have no relation to Germany. This is my friggin' hand tracking messing up, man. I promise. I'm not a fan of you know who, okay? It's just my bad hand tracking. Oh, phone notification. That is my Nintendo Switch 2, who I... Stop! I really need a Quest 3. No, crap. Man, everything's just messy. Okay. Right. So. It's been nice having a chat with you guys. But I think I yapped a bit. I think I yapped a bit too much there. So, I'll see you in a hot minute. So, see ya. Stop it.